What's happening, my beautiful chicken family? It's B.A. Shepherd, and this is your daily chick inspiration. I want to give you just a view of the compost pile working. Girls have been in there, they've been scratching through it, and you can see it. It is really smoking, which is just amazing that we can, as nature, we can build these relationships that causes life to be sustained. This idea of sustainable living it's something that we can do. We can apply it to every aspect of life. And so what I do is I throw their grain on there and they work through it, and they turn it over, they scratch through it. And here's the thing about it. They're doing what they naturally do. I don't have to force them to work the compost pile. What I do is I sprinkle some grain on it and they work through it. And the beauty of this is that I've learned to use their natural talents, their natural abilities, their natural giftings and curiosities to develop them, to help engage them. Now, this happens, we can apply this to anything. We can apply this to our relationships with people too, because we all have talents and gifts. We all have a use. We're all useful in one way or another. When we begin to learn how to use one another in a healthy way, we'll have stronger relationships. See, the problem with using people as we know it is that people use people in a detrimental way. We use people in such ways where we take from them and nothing is returned to them. See, I feed the chickens and I give them grain, and even when they're working the compost pile, I put grain and seeds all over it, and so they're working through. I'm feeding them as they do what they naturally do and what they do well. I'm not just taking from them. I don't have them locked up in there and just forcing them to walk through it. No, the door is open. They can go out the other side if they want. They have opportunity to be free and to move around. But I encourage them in that area where I say, you know what? You're really great at this. Let me encourage you. Let me feed that so that you can do what you naturally do, and that we can produce life together, because we have this manure pile with these scraps, and we have this material in life that we can work through, and it can become something if we work it together. So let me, scoop it up and bring it in here and pile it up, and let me encourage you to scratch through, and we can team up together. And in return, they're scratching through and they're creating new life, and they produce their eggs, and I'm feeding them and going to the store and getting the grain. And so there's an exchange, a beautiful exchange that happens. And they're using me for food and for shelter. I'm using them for their gifts and their talents, their ability to scratch. And so when we look at our relationships with people, we have to learn how to become great at using the people that are around us. The people that are around us, they are resources to help us grow and to develop and to sustain life. We don't have to abuse them. See, that's the difference. We've misplaced the word use and abuse. See, in the word abuse, use is actually in there. A-B-U-S-E. So use is in there, but maybe the being like abnormal use becomes abuse. But when we use someone in their normal process, in their normal capabilities, in their normal greatness, it's better for us all. Because if someone uses you for your greatness and they reward you for it, that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. They see worth and value in you. When you use someone, make sure that you're extending to them the acknowledgement of their worth and value. And if someone is using you, make sure the same happens for you. Because otherwise, it's abuse. And that shouldn't happen. You have too much worth and value to be abused. But you have too much worth and value to not be used. So allow yourself to be given and used by this world, just not abused by the world. I'm B.A. Shepherd, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep.